Hi, babe.
Hey, babe.
How's it going?
It's all right.
We are finally back after a bit of a
Yeah.
break.
Fue, 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 fue.
Party up in here, party up in here.
We
Dun-
missed y'all.
How you guys been?
Hope you had a good 2019 thus far.
Let us know how your break was, if you had a break.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how is how are those New Year's resolutions going? Those new 2019 better me things.
Yeah, man, I'm over the new year, new me.
I can get
New
behind. I can
year,
align myself with better
same
me
me. Yeah,
progression.
that's true.
You
New
know,
year, better me.
yeah.
That's all. I'm saying new year, same me. I'm not putting no pressure on myself. No pressure to live up to anybody crazy expectations, including my own crazy expectations. I'm just gonna take life a day at a time. Cue the music.
So how have you been?
Good. I am getting used to school the best that I can while working full time as a nurse. And it is sometimes tricky, but in general has been doable. I mourn my days off though. They were it was nice when I had nothing that
Mm,
had to be accomplished, but those days are gone for the time being.
yeah, for now.
Hmm.
For now.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm still trying to balance schoolwork and house obligations and also vision casting for when I graduate. Because as you know, my graduation is imminent.
Hmm.
It's really close. So I'm just
How
trying to.
close?
I graduate in July.
That's what's up.
It's me. You know what that is? Tassel.
Hmm. Hmm. What made you go back to school? Cause we're both at this point,
Mm-hmm.
well into adulthood, and have both decided that school was something for us. We both
Yeah.
changed careers,
Mm-hmm.
basically. What made you go back to school this time?
Yeah. I wanted to finish. Because I started at another institution that I won't name. And when you started going back to school and I started back working, I took a break from school. And by the grace of God, I was able to get employed, in the same field that I was going to school for. So it was like I took a break from school, but only to do on the job training. So that was pretty awesome.
Hmm.
So I wanted to go back to finish what I started. I want to be a filmmaker and going to school at going to school to begin with was me investing in myself, and putting my money where my mouth is. If I say I want to be a filmmaker, do I have the diligence to go through a program and learn the necessary skills to do that? And I'm going to work in the field of my dreams, and that's exciting, you know.
That is exciting.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah. I'm excited for you. I think it's pretty awesome to be able to actually do the work that or at least work in the field that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
I think you found what you were passionate about, and then now your job now is to like find gainful employment
Hmm.
doing that
Yeah.
work, doing the work that you're passionate about. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So what's up? How's it feel like now us both being in school?
It's actually motivating because when you look over and you see your loved one, you see your boo, your bae, your good thing, studying and pursuing their dreams, it kind of makes you like just dig down deep and just continue on as well. Like even early on when we first started this school thing together, You know, I learned a lot from you and your work ethic when it came to studying. So it rubbed off on me. And I attribute a lot of that to my early success in school.
Mm.
So tip of the hat to you.
Oh,
There you
I
go.
appreciate that.
Yeah. So why did you um go back to school? You graduated already. You're working in your field, and now it's like I'm back. I'm going back for that thing.
Hmm.
So
I
what
mean,
was that like? What was that? What were the things that kind of the catalyst that push you towards like pursuing an even higher degree of education?
when I decided to change careers from research to nursing, it was always with the intent of advanced practice nursing.
Hmm.
So, but I didn't want to skip over being an actual RN and working in the field and gaining that really rich experience.
Hmm.
But I knew that my ultimate goal was to become an advanced practice nurse.
Yeah.
So now, while I'm continuing to gain my experience as a bedside nurse, can I want to be working towards that advanced practice degree too. So I also I even though it's not fun to do school and work at the same time, it really enriches each other. Like
Yeah, it's more
I
immersive, right?
yeah, like I'm working and I can apply what I'm learning, or I'm in school and I can like apply what I know from work to school. They kind of it's nice how they can complement each other. So that's working out nicely. I think in the nursing field that is a actually a really good plan.
Hmm.
And now I can see why so many nurses like continue working while they're in school. Like not
Hmm.
only because it's nice to be able to pay your bills while you're in school, but it's nice to see how the two can complement each other.
Hmm.
Too. So I mean, I feel like the last year I kicked my behind, just like working night shift and getting accustomed to being a nurse, just in California, a new nurse in California.
Hmm.
But I didn't want to wait much longer because I already was feeling myself get comfortable with just I go to work, I bust out my 12, 13 hours, I go home, and that's it. Like, and I was already starting to get a little comfortable in that. Like, I work, I go home, and then I get up and do it again. And I didn't want to look up 10 years later, 20 years later and be like, yep, that's what I've been doing. Just
Hmm.
get up, go, come home, do it again the next day. Like I wanted to make sure that I was still investing in my long-term
Hmm.
success while also working on my,
Yeah. And
short-term
you got momentum
goals.
now.
I
That's it's a
hopefully.
it's a great time, like no time like the present, right? So like you're still young, and you got the momentum. You're coming off a degree, and like to go right into it. I think that's better. Like it's people. I feel like it gets to the point like when you wait, uh, it makes it easier to talk yourself out of it. It
Yeah,
makes it easier to say, "Oh,
yeah,
I'm too old for it now.
yeah.
I have to be in school X amount of years, man, and I don't have that much time."
I mean, I'm
You
definitely
know.
learning now, like with nurses. There's nurses who are going back to school in all walks of their career, like
Hmm.
in life. Like, so I'm very confident that you can be successful at advancing your career no
Hmm.
matter what route you take. That's the beauty of nursing. Like,
Yeah.
you can really choose your path to professional growth and success. And I appreciate that flexibility right now. Like, I just don't have like as much patience at home, even at work, honestly. Like
Hmm.
at work, like I'm like, okay, I need to really check myself here so I don't like, you know,
So
step out of my professional bubble.
so hmm, what are what are things that I could do to, I don't know, like you're saying you have less patience like at home, like, and I get that. That's because after a long work day, mentally it's just taxing, and then you have school. Um, so what are things that I can do, practical things that I can do to help alleviate the mental burden, and maybe even like the physical burden,
Mm.
you know.
I mean, if you well, definitely, it's always a good idea to if you say you're gonna do something to do it.
Hmm.
So I don't like expect that it's done and then like it's not done, and it don't count if you like start doing it once I'm home and be like,
Hmm.
oh yeah, I said I was gonna do this. Let me hurry up because now I also want to spend time with you. I've been away from you like
Hmm.
all day, so if it ain't done, fine, it ain't done. But if like you what?
No, my neck.
Okay. I mean, but yeah, just staying on top of like the little things that will just keep me up at night. Yeah. What are your plans after school?
My plans after school, I want to be an editor. So looking for an editing job after school. So I
Mm.
really enjoy editing. It's the part of filmmaking where it speaks to my introverted nature. Like I'm
Mhm.
an extrovert, but I'm also a bit of an introvert, and editing speaks to that side of me. Like when I'm creating, I like to kind of be in a bubble a little bit. So I
Mm.
think editing is a cool little place for me to start off. So yeah,
I'm gonna miss you when you graduate in June. It'll just be me
July.
working. Sorry, July. It'll just be me just like working. I kind of like us both being in school when
Mm,
we're home together and working, simultaneously. Like we take our breaks at the same time and
mm.
like stuff like that. If we
Well,
sync it up right.
yeah, and you
But
never
like
know, man. Like
after July, I'm gonna be alone.
you never know. I might get a job. It's rare, but like rare things happen to me sometimes. You know, so like I may get a job where I get to edit from home. I make submissions and I have to meet like deadlines or something like that. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. So, what do you plan on doing after you become Doctor Nurse Kim?
I don't know, man. I mean, I know I will be patiently but diligently searching for the right opportunity and will not leave my RN job until that right thing comes
Mhm.
along. And we'll see what that is. I want to be in, primary care. Um, but we'll see.
Is there like a such thing as a conflict of interest? You couldn't be my primary care provider, correct?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'll learn that in one of my classes.
Yeah,
I'm taking like a legal, like more of the business and legal
because I would think you
class.
wouldn't be able to. Like, it'd be dope if you could, but I would think you wouldn't be able to prescribe medication to
I
me.
mean, it makes sense.
You know,
I think ethically, it makes
ethically,
sense
because
to
like
not.
yeah, because like if you had a drug problem, you could easily
Yeah, just
like
prescribe it for
prescribe it
you
for me
for
and take the
someone I
medicine.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that makes sense. Then let me know.
yeah, no.
So this is our vision board for 2019. We really wanted to try to represent each other on one board for the
Hmm.
first time. So this was our first attempt at that.
This is actually my first vision board.
Oh,
I feel like we have some nice,
that
easy, attainable
But
type.
that's why I put the
Yeah.
things that I put on because I knew things like vision boards uh, could potentially trigger me into going back to my intense perfectionist ways.
Hmm.
So I added a lot of things like self care and self love
Hmm.
and like staying centered and focused and healthy
That's important.
as opposed to like just like lose weight and go to the gym and get a degree. Like I did not
Mhm.
want that pressure on me.
Yeah.
Nobody imposes pressure on me but myself. So I want to keep my anxiety in check.
Yeah, man, I'm excited about a few things on the vision board. I'm excited about, of course, graduating, and I see myself in the editor's chair, editor's bay, and like just editing every day. I see that for
Mhm.
myself. I'm sharpening my editing skills right now, like so I can really, to prepare myself for that. Because when I walk in that interview room and I talk to those employers, I want to go in there with a confidence I've never known before, and I'm pretty confident. So, so yeah, man, I'm excited about that. Traveling, we
Yeah.
got some exciting trips
Yeah, we're
coming
gonna see
up. Yeah.
family. And I'm hoping I can see a couple girlfriends of mine
Mm-hmm.
at least. And at least a couple, hopefully
Yeah.
more. Um what else? Hopefully you and I are
Pan
getting a
off.
vacation.
Yeah, for sure. Like
Uh,
me and you going on a vacation.
oh yeah,
I'm
because
looking
paying off debt
paying
is a
off
big
debt.
one. That is a 2019 goal. It's been our goal since 2014, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But still working on it, still chipping away. But we're trying to get pretty aggressive with it. We're pretty aggressive last year, but we bringing the heat this
Bringing
year.
that gazelle like intensity. You got to get away from them lions, the creditors, bobbing and weaving.
It will be yeah. Well, we'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll get there. That's another reason why I'm a fan of continuing to work full time
Mm.
because I don't want to slow that down. And
Yeah.
once you're done with
I'm looking
school,
forward to joining forces with a
yeah,
combined
me
force
too.
to pay off these debts
Me too.
and live a life that we've never known before, free from the chains and bondage. So, a question from the 365 connecting questions for couples, and we are a couple, so this book is for us.
Great answer.
So here's a question for not only you, but for whoever is listening, whoever's watching this. Let us know your answer. You don't have to let us know your answer, but if you want to, share your answer.
I'd love to hear folks'
I would
answer.
love to hear your
Yeah,
answer.
you could send us a DM on Instagram
Yeah.
or a voice message on Anchor or a comment on YouTube. Like this, yeah. I would love to hear what folks think.
Okay, here's the question. You ready? In your opinion, what qualities does a healthy marriage have?
Effective communication, good, like two-way appreciation of each other. Intimacy that is like full of trust,
Mm-hmm.
safety, and love. Um, Respect both each other, respecting each other. And two people who are working towards being their best selves while also ensuring that they're their best marriage as well.
Yeah. It's one thing that I am learning because when I was younger, like I used to always hear a term like, "Oh, that's my better half right there. That's my better half." But in marriage, it's like it takes two whole people to make one like healthy marriage like work and do its best. Otherwise, one or the other person is going to be like straining and feeling like they're pulling all the weight. So, um, so like it really helps when you have two people who have their own thing, and then they come together to make this awesome thing called marriage work together too, and then I got stuff that you can cheer for me in, and you got things that I can cheer for you in, and show support. So word up, son. Do you have anything that you would like to say to the people?
We missed y'all. and we really appreciate you. And we're excited for 2019. I'm a little nervous and excited, but that's just because of the new school endeavor. But I hope that you are excited about your year as well.
Do you
Trying my
have
best.
any like goals that are like right now that they could be useful, but right now they're more whimsical type goals?
Whimsical goals.
Yeah. I know I
Mm.
have one. I'm studying Japanese. Like because it's just something I want to do. I want to learn another language, and the Japanese language is challenging for me. So I was wondering if you have something.
No. I don't got time for no whimsical goals, man. I have one that I'm considering if I'm willing to make the financial investment, and that is private swim lessons. I would like to be a Black woman that knows how to swim proficiently before she turns 40.
Hmm.
And I've tried group lessons, and that didn't work out very well. So I am considering splurging on myself
Hmm.
and doing private swim
Well,
lessons.
that's good,
I gotta think
and
about it
that's
though.
yeah.
I'm still contemplating it because it's the financial investment, like I said, is like it's a financial investment to do private lessons. And it's hard, it's always hard for me to want to do anything for myself
Hmm.
that is purely just for my own happiness when I have
But
such
that can also
grueling
be a survival
responsibilities.
thing too.
It is, but so is not failing in my classes. And so is making sure I get to work. And so is like paying off debt. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know, I put my wants a little bit on the back burner.
Yep.
But I don't know. That's why I'm trying to incorporate self-care in little ways,
Hmm.
throughout each week in the midst of school and work.
And it
'Cause
doesn't have to be anything now. Like that sounds like something too. Like even if you don't do it like in the near future, like that's still something you could put a pin in. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna
I
do
mean, the
this just
pen's
like
been
right
there
now.
for a decade. I had the same goal
But not for
before
private. For
30.
private
Yeah.
swim lessons.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I was cheap and said I'll just do these group lessons at the community, aquatic center. But I know I needed private because like, I fear the water.
Mm.
And like, so I know I would benefit with private lessons. I also just like I'm incapable of floating.
Maybe it's all that fear holding you down.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
The shackles of
The
fear.
shackle, boy, that'll preach right there.
The anchor of
Man,
fear. Like, just brings me right on
the
down.
shackles of fear sounds like a T.D. Jakes vocabulary word.
It does, like a term. Yeah, it does. But that's something I'm considering now. I did the big step of reaching out to a private swim instructor who was very highly recommended. Like, this is someone who rehabs like people with like PTSD and get them in the water
Hmm.
and have them learn to swim and enjoy water.
Yeah.
So that's very promising. That I know that she totally could do wonders for little old me that just like is afraid of drowning. But yeah, I think as a healthcare provider anyway, I do think swimming is one of those things that I really should learn to make it, it come natural
Yeah.
because
I think
I would be the person who would go into the water to save somebody and drown.
my fear isn't necessarily the water, but it's water entering me.
Yeah, I
So
guess.
like water like getting into my eyes or like in my nose and stuff. Like I just like if it's in my nose, I'm good as drowned. So I can't deal with that. So
Mm. I can't keep saying before I die, 'cause anything can happen.
tomorrow's not promised,
And
man.
so I want to try and work on that. I'm tired. I've broken a lot of stereotypes in my life, and I don't appreciate that I've waited this long to break that particular stereotype. The stereotype I'm referring to is Black people not being able to swim. There are plenty of Black people who know how to swim,
There's a
though.
lot of them.
But because we have historically not been like a part of the circles that have frequented community swimming pools and schools that even like had pools, it's not something
Yeah.
that comes natural for that in people's head when they think Black people, and they don't think Black people pools no brainer. Like, nope. I went to a high school that like several other high schools in that county had swimming pools, but mine didn't, and we just
Mhm.
happened to also be the Black school.
Yeah. It's
Because it
yeah,
was
it's
like,
pretty common for
why give
like
them a pool?
schools that are like Black schools
Hmm.
to not have a pool.
That could have been my game changer if my school had a pool and swimming was incorporated into like rec.
Hmm.
That might have been what made me like get over that fear. But what else? I'm gonna be trying to tackle that. I'm looking forward to that. I'm at least less fearful. I feel like
Hmm.
I have reduced the fear just enough that I think I would respond well to private swim lessons. Because I don't even think I could even do private swim lessons before. But I think I could now.
Yeah, I believe in you. I think you could do it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna leave you guys with a saying in Japanese.
Oh my gosh.
Ohio. Ohio means good morning in Japanese. So I'm at the beginning of this. You know, that's all I got right now.
That was good, baby.
Thank you. Shido. Shido is white.
Yes. Yeah.
That's right.
We'll see what other words he could add to his vocabulary.
Uh,
This is 2 weeks effort, right? 2
yeah.
weeks.
Yeah. So I got a lot of words. I don't have sentences yet. I got some words.
We'll be back soon, guys. We do not know exactly when, but I promise that we will be trying our best to get back onto a schedule. Now that we got a hold of our academic responsibilities for the semester, I'm excited to make this a part of what we do again.
Yeah.